Welcome everybody to another episode of Main Street to Millionaires. My name is Eric Richards. As always, my beautiful wife Jess is with me. We have a special guest in the studio today. Round two. We filmed this before, but had technical difficulties and it didn't come through. So we're hitting the reset button and trying it again. Jennifer Kocher
Mhm.
is with us, and she is just a jack of all trades. She has so much stuff going on that I can't wait for her to be able to talk to us about. Some of which she is a real estate agent with a local brokerage, Cedar One Realty,
Mhm.
in this area. She is the owner, um, originator, starter, head chef for Around the World Gourmet. With I think how many different menus do you have?
We currently have 5 different menus and coming out with a 6th one, I believe, next week, and we have 2 more after that, plus the catering
Plus the
that we
catering.
do.
She
Yeah,
has her own catering company and things she
yeah.
does as well for different events and things around here, around the valley. I say around here, but I'd like to her start catering here every week. That'd be awesome. So we can have a company meal. But she also has the grain mill and everything where you do um, the regenerative grains
Yeah,
and farming.
regenerative.
Yeah, regenerative mills.
Mhm.
I'd love to touch on that. Make sure that we get that in there too, because that is like I've never even heard of that before meeting you. So that's super awesome. But all of that is her claim to fame and what she has going on. So she's probably one of the most interesting people I think we've met so far in the valley. So Jennifer,
Well,
thanks for
thank
being
you
here.
for saying
Yeah.
that.
Let's get started with Around the World Gourmet.
Yeah, so I started Around the World Gourmet in 2005, and it was a little bit different then. We were doing, some manufacturing of, like, wing sauces and salad dressings, and that's how I got into the food industry.
Hmm.
My background was in accounting and finance before that, and
Practically the same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, not food. But I've always had a passion for food and also international type foods.
Me too.
Yeah. So I remember when I was just a little history on me when I was about, I'd say 17 years old. And back then you couldn't like pause the television, right? So I had a piece of paper and I was trying to scribble down this recipe and I wanted to try it. And it was French crepes and Puerto Rican black bean soup. So I made that and had my whole family eat it.
With the same meal?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yep. So, I've always had in my major at one point, like a dual major was international business. So I've always had a thing for
Okay.
global, inspiration for the foods. Um, so around the world gourmet, when I moved back to the High Valley from Columbus, I really wanted to bring some different foods to the valley. And so I left the name Around the World Gourmet and started a specialty. The first menu was called Around the World Gourmet as well. And it has the pizzas and the wings and
Yeah.
subs and appetizers and salads and soups. But I wanted the pizzas to be a little bit different. So those had the globally inspired flavors. We have a Greek Euro pizza. We have an Irish breakfast pizza. Those are just
I
examples.
think I had that the last time I was at your
Yeah,
restaurant. Yeah.
I think you
Yeah, it's
did.
pretty good.
And then from there, realized that I wanted to offer more than just pizza and wings and subs. So we started Rise and Shine Ohio Valley, which was a breakfast, all day breakfast menu. We have Belgian waffles and waffle sandwiches and waffle bowls and a lot of different breakfast sandwiches, pastries. Then the third menu we came out with was, let's see, Ohio Valley Deli, which we already have a deli that you can walk into and order from, but we wanted to be able to offer that online. So we have a lot of sandwiches and pasta salad, macaroni salad, those kinds of deli salads. And you can order all those online as well and have your meat and cheese cut for you instead of waiting in the deli line. Just have it delivered.
DoorDash can bring it, or
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have a menu that came out last fall called Curry On, and that's the Thai and Indian
Hmm.
menu. That's amazing.
That's my sweet spot.
Yeah, yeah. And I I called it curry on because there's curry in both cultures, even though they're slightly different, but
Mhm.
we try to make it as authentic as possible. There are some ingredients I can't even get from our local, like even larger distributors or local distributors. They won't have it in their warehouse. So I once a month drive up to Pittsburgh and go to the Asian markets up there and get the ingredients I need. So we have like pad thai, Indian butter chicken. We make our own samosas in house, our own spring rolls.
Is that the dough that has the meat in it?
It
Or
has
the
like a
peas?
potatoes and peas.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good.
You like that? Yeah.
Yes.
And we make our own chutneys as well, Indian chutneys for the dipping. So that menu came out, and then the next menu, which will be available by the time this airs, is Keto Whiz Cafe. And that is
Okay.
being tested right now. And everything on there, it'll tell you your net grams of carbs for everything that you order. It's a very long menu.
Hmm.
So hopefully everyone's going to like that. I think they will.
Disappointed I'm not one of the official testers.
Well, I mean, you can come down. We can set that up. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. And some of the things on there, have you guys heard of a chaffle?
I have not.
So it's like a waffle, but it's made with egg and cheese. And
Oh,
so we
okay.
would put that in our waffle maker and make a chaffle
I was
instead. So
thinking
you can,
chocolate
yeah,
waffle, but
yeah.
egg and cheese. Okay.
I showed you videos of that because I did carnivore diet
Gosh.
for a little while. We did it with instead of
No, it was chicken, egg and
yeah,
cheese,
chicken,
right?
egg, and
Yeah.
cheese. It was the same thing. We did pizza crusting out of it
Okay.
and did it like that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So then
Okay.
we'll have that for waffles. Like it'll be a chaffle. So you'll chaffle sandwiches, but there's so much on that menu. Um, and then we have two more menus that'll come out later on, which is meat and potatoes. And that's gonna have like the smash burgers. I'm trying to use the Wagyu beef from Dutton Farms. Just
Mm-hmm.
waiting on pricing for that. Um, and then we have the last one would be Mediterranean time. So
I will
that's
love
lots of
that.
Mediterranean food,
Gosh.
like or foods that are in the Mediterranean area, like
We need
Greek
that in
and
our area.
yeah, Greek, Lebanese, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Now, what I wanted to do this for is like it's all under the same umbrella. It's just that how many times have you guys have kids too, and I have a kid. So they want something, he wants something, you want something, and you have to order it from three different places or argue about who's getting what tonight,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to offer all this different food on at one location. And it's all the same labor across of it. All the storage is there. So it makes sense from a business standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It shares in the overhead um, costs. So sort of like a food hall.
Hmm.
I was gonna say in Columbus they
Yeah,
have
the
where
food
you
halls.
yes.
Yeah,
They kind of have that at the waterfront hall with the pizza place, and then
they have two.
they have
Yeah.
two right there that you go in, and it's not just one restaurant. You can pick which one you can
Mm-hmm.
sit and stuff too. So, but nowhere near what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Variety, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a large variety. And um, so we've always been using DoorDash up until now. And by the time you air this, we will have online ordering through our own updated website. So with DoorDash, it's great because, they have the capability to have the drivers come and pick up. And however, um, you have to order off of the different menus and then you're going to get different drivers. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
From the
So,
same
yeah.
location. Mm-hmm.
So what we're developing is a brand new website. It'll be up probably within the next couple days. And then at the end of the week, we want to launch that and Keto Whiz Cafe at the same time. So you'll be able to go on to aroundtheworldgourmet.com. You'll be able to then place your order and you'll be able to place it and order any of the food that's on those menus,
Nice.
either for pickup yourself or for delivery. And then I'll just ask for a driver. If I don't have my own, we'll just ask DoorDash to come pick it up.
Okay.
So you can do that at restaurants. You can
Yeah.
just reach out and say, I need a dasher to come pick this order up.
Yeah. Makes it easy.
Yeah. So we have never had that. And I think it's going to be amazing to be able to offer that.
Yeah. Be one of a kind in the valley for sure.
Yeah.
A lot less frustrating if
Yeah.
you're one family. Oh, can I eat without you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if your kids want pizza for the night and then you want wings, but then you want your your Indian food or your
Mm-hmm.
Thai, everybody's happy.
Yep.
And then you only have to pay once instead
Yeah.
of, different processing.
Yeah.
So that's what our plans are for towards the end of next week.
Okay.
Um, we've got a lot of catering. You'll be able to start ordering catering online as well.
I was going to touch on to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
every time I've talked to you in the last couple of weeks, it's been, yeah, I'd love to come meet you. We have these 2 catering jobs, and we have this catering job, and I see your Facebook page like, hey, we're
Yeah.
catering this and that and stuff like that. So you're in full swing with your catering right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of the catering and events that we do. And I did take on another job as a executive director of Faith and Action Caregivers, which is a local nonprofit. And so they had some fundraisers that I do for them as their executive director. And so that also kind of held me up from getting in here. But
'Cause you don't have enough going on.
right.
Yeah,
I love them though. They're great.
yeah.
So I feel like I'm in a good place because I want to be able to serve the Ohio Valley and offer them all these unique things. And then there's service with the nonprofit, and then there's service with Around the World Gourmet.
Hmm.
So that's I want to bring the community together.
Mm-hmm.
Like food brings the community together.
Oh yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
And I just quoted a unique story about the catering. A woman reached out and saw us. I think just through Facebook, and they live in Fort Lauderdale all year long, except for in the summer. So instead of it being a snowbird,
Yeah,
so to speak, she's a
Uh,
summer bird,
yeah.
and they fly north
They
during the
escape.
summer.
They escape the heat down there to
Yeah,
come up here.
and
I
they
don't
have
blame 'em.
a log home over near Oglebay, and she reached out to me, and her husband's having a 60th birthday party, and she said, "Do you want to go on a trip, or do you want to invite friends and have a big party?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's do the party and invite family and friends." So she's having a mechanical bull there
Oh my
and
gosh.
a big tent that they're gonna have, and she wants grilling on site. So I'll be grilling food on site for this party. There's appetizers during cocktail hour, so it's kind of like an upscale barbecue.
Hmm.
So for our catering arm, which is called Compass Catering, that is really taken off, like we had just talked about. But it's we have so many different menus that I had mentioned to you before, so we can bring all that onto the catering menu too. So there are some people who are Indian that come over here to Grandview. I know,
Yeah, or the Golden
that
Palace too.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
visiting, and sometimes they want Indian food and catering for that. Um, but we can do the classic stuff. If somebody wants the rigatoni and the chicken and the
Mm-hmm.
red skin potatoes, but we also have pulled pork and brisket, and we just did a mashed potato bar at a wedding at Hightower Brewery.
Yeah.
I love the baked potato and mashed potato
Oh,
bars.
yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They chose like brisket, pulled brisket on it and everything. So, but yeah, that's the Compass Catering arm of our business. Um, and we then are doing meal prep subscription, which I had told you the last time I talked to you that we're
Yeah.
moving towards that. And we just gave away, so we donated our time at Wheeling Health Rights
Oh.
chef's auction. So we were there and we gave away a 5-meal subscription for a lady who won it during their live auction. And we're in the process of having her fill out a survey. She got back to me and said she loved all the meals. So as soon as that feedback comes in, and then I'm going to start doing the meals too.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll all just be there.
Do the meal prep for all of the menus as well, because I would guarantee you between as soon as the Mediterranean one rolls out, between that and
Yeah.
your curry on, she'll be your biggest customer.
Yeah. So each week there'll be a different menu, and you
Yeah.
guys will just pick what you want. So for her, when I offered it to her, I gave her 10 meals, and then I told her to choose 5. So that's kind of how I did that.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll just each week have a different thing.
I think I'm
Different
busy
set of
until
Hmm?
that's that, and I think I'm busy until I talk to you. So, so catering's killing it.
hmm
You're growing around the world gourmet. It seems by the month it's getting bigger and
Yeah.
better with everything you got going on. What is the thing that you think that you would say you have the most pride in with what you got going on right now and what you're building out? And
So I used to see these things as different little projects
Hmm.
that maybe weren't tied to each other. But recently I've been going through like a strategic planning and my, just writing things down and seeing it as it's all one. Like it's one food company. It's not a restaurant. It's not just catering. It's not manufacturing, which we haven't touched on yet, but we will.
Yeah.
It's not milling flour. It's a manufacturing. It's bigger than that. I think it's a food company that I have a passion for, that I want to be able to show other people how they can do this, like the integration of it, how it can all work,
Yeah.
together. Because I think that sometimes people think, oh, well, it can only be a restaurant, but you don't have to be just a restaurant,
Yeah.
I started out as a manufacturer who then turned into a restaurant as well and offered different menus. So I think for me, I guess I'm proud of being able to offer all of this on one location here at the Valley.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up here. I graduated from Bridgeport, which is where we're at right now. Um, and it's exciting to be able to see people's faces and thank me for the food that they are given,
Oh yeah.
that we serve. So that makes me happy that they like the food.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned a part of that. Let's talk about the manufacturing.
Hmm.
Let's talk about what you have going on. She's mad. Ignore her. Um, let's talk about the manufacturing.
Yeah.
Explain to everybody what you do as far as manufacturing and what sets you apart in that as well.
Okay. So I had mentioned earlier at the beginning that the manufacturing started with like wing sauce and
Hmm.
salad dressing and such, salsa, Asian style salsa. And I had sold that to a lot of retail stores. So we were on the shelves and doing in store demos. And I had started talking to people about celiac disease and them missing, they wanted gluten free foods. Okay. So even back then, they wanted that. And I was asked by the stores, are your salsas and salad dressings and wing sauces all gluten free? Because back then they used to put gluten in everything,
Mm-hmm.
barbecue sauces, all of it.
Almost like a filler,
Yeah,
right?
they used it as an emulsifier and a thickener, I
Yeah.
believe. So, and just so you know, gluten is a protein that comes from wheat, barley, and rye. So you have to use other grains like the rice that I use, or almond or coconut flour or whatever, but not wheat or yeah,
Barley or
barley
rye.
or rye.
Yeah.
So I started going to the in-store demos that were scheduled for gluten-free days and got to know people that had celiac disease and other people that were affected by gluten, like Crohn's. And then I noticed that they also had other issues, like they couldn't eat dairy. And they said they missed pizza and they missed spaghetti and they missed, the things that have the carbohydrates and normally were made with wheat. So I started developing, I received a grant from the Center for Innovative Food Technology out of Toledo. I started developing a pizza crust amongst some other things, but the pizza crust turned out really well. And we went with that, and I started manufacturing it and selling it um, to different pizza shops, distributors. And we have a new brand for that called Regenerative Mills.
Hmm.
And the reason I named it that was because in addition to having the gluten-free product, I decided to go down another path and offer regenerative products. And the regenerative products are products that where the ingredients are regeneratively grown, like in agriculture in the farms.
Hmm.
So I buy regenerative grown rice from McCaskill Farms and here in the States, and he ships it to me directly, brown rice flour, and I mill it with my milling equipment. Um, and then it turns into flour, and then we use that as the flour for the pizza crust.
So just so we can touch on the regenerative farming,
Hmm.
that is not just done in a way that where it's going to continue to regrow and regrow, but the pesticides, there's no pesticides. There's the way that they are essentially doing this farming is
So they do use pesticides or like herbicides, right, for the
Herbicides. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
weeds or whatever, but they do it in a manner that it doesn't end up in the food, the end product. So organic is a different route where they will till up the ground
Mm-hmm.
because that's basically the only way they can get rid of the weeds. Um, regenerative, on the other hand, because they can't use chemicals to be certified organic.
Yeah.
Regenerative is more interested in keeping carbon in the soil, which helps us with global warming. And it also allows for the nutrient levels in the ground to be higher, which then go into our foods. So there are farmers, regenerative farmers, that are using the herbicide or pesticides, the chemicals, but they're doing it, like I said, in a way that it doesn't end up in the finished product in the crops.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like I said, it was one of those things when we first started talking about it, I didn't even know that it was a
that was a
thing.
thing.
And then when we started talking about it, I started going down the rabbit hole and looking into like how much we actually eat and what we are like shopping for and what we're looking at. It just kind of,
Mhm.
I don't know, the matrix, the red pill
Yeah,
or blue pill, which one do you want, you know?
yeah.
So it's,
Well, it's still fairly new, even though I think at least 10% of the farmers in the United States are using the
yeah.
techniques, regenerative techniques. Yeah.
And then, so farmer gets the brown rice, ships you the brown rice whole, and you
Hmm.
have your own on-site
Yes.
mill that
Yeah.
mills the rice down into
Yeah.
flour.
And
So
I'm not talking about a little tabletop mill.
no,
I'm talking
it's
about a big mill that, we could potentially be milling 6,000 pounds an hour. So
yeah.
it's a lot.
It's massive.
So getting back to what we're talking about as far as your manufacturing and everything like that, you're set up to be able to do and grow um, as much as you need to as you're scaling these other menus and doing all this other
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just goes back to your point. It's all encompassing. It's not just manufacturing. It's not just a restaurant. It's not just catering. It's
Yeah.
something that you can absolutely one thing can build on the other to where you can take care of whatever you need to take care of, which I think is
Right.
probably the most impressive thing about your entire setup. I try to do the same thing in our real estate stuff. Like we own one company that complements another company, but doing it in basically in food service
Hmm.
and everything that you're doing, there's so many moving pieces and the volatility with it, in my opinion, if somebody has a food allergy or something like that, can absolutely just throw everything off track to what you got going on together. So the fact that you have all of those pieces, um, it's really inspiring,
Thank
honestly.
you.
So,
Thanks.
um, is there anything that you would like people to know? Anything that you'd like to highlight as far as what you're doing and building in the valley?
Yeah. I'd like to invite people, if they've not been to Around the World Gourmet, or if, we have over 7,000 followers just on that Facebook account that we have, close to 7,000 now. But if you have not been there, reach out to us.
Hmm.
Ask us what we're doing. Come in, stop in. We're open 7 days a week, um, 11 to 8 approximately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Yes, address Bel Air.
Oh, yes. It's at 112 2nd Avenue in Bel Air,
Okay.
Ohio.
You have the Facebook page as well.
We do. It's Around the World Gourmet is the Facebook page. Like I said, we'll have the new website up. We'll have for Around the World Gourmet by the end of next week. So when this shows, it'll already be on.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to order directly online. Call us if you need any catering. And looking forward to showcasing regenerativemills.com here shortly too in the
Yeah.
next few months. Yeah. Because we'll be able to then nationally send out our regenerative rice flour and the pizza crust and any other products that we make from it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know I'm going to get with you on catering an event that we're getting ready to do. We're going to do, we have a massive flip that we're doing right now. It's probably the biggest one we've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to try a broker's open house where
Okay.
we're going to have all of the brokers come and have live musicians playing and have it catered and
It
everything like
sounds
that.
fun.
So it can kind of showcase, what we do on our side of it. So I definitely will get with you and make sure that we can have that taken care of as well. Other than that, Jess, you have any questions or anything that
No, my questions are answered because I've shown up, I've come, I've tried your food, I love it,
Thank you.
and seen it around. So, I strongly recommend anyone who hasn't gone to go, and just pop in.
yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely. So with that, we'll wrap up. I appreciate it again, Jennifer, coming in and around the world gourmet. It's absolutely worth a trip to Bel Air and um, try everything. Like we've been there multiple times and try a different menu every time we go there. It's all of it's good. So that'll
Thank
be
you for
it.
having me.
Thank you.